Let's talk about some of these key rules about estate and gift taxes. The current numbers in 2022, you could pass 12.06 million, and now in 2023, everybody can pass via gift or bequest $12.92 million per person. So that's a big number. For a couple, that's almost $26 million you can give away or give to your heirs when you pass away without any estate tax exposure. Now, anything over that is taxed at a punishing 40% rate. It only affects one in about 1,000, 1 in 500 to 1 in 1,000 American families right now. It doesn't affect many. You can also give $17,000 a year to as many people as you like without even reporting it to the IRS. That's the gift exemption. And if it's a couple, that's $34,000 to as many people as you want. No tax forms are required. If you have a smaller estate, maybe you're not worried about that, or maybe you have a moderate to decent sized estate, but you're like, I'm not 20 million. I don't need to think about that. Wrong. So let's talk about what's about to happen.
Currently, very high level of protection. Very, very, very few are exposed. Again, a couple, 25 million is protected. It's not going to last. January 1, 2026, the law changes really rather dramatically. Rather than about 13 million that can be passed along by an individual without the 40% estate tax, it's going to be about 6.5 million, cut in half. Individuals with larger estates and most couples just have to look at objectively at what you have. And if you're anywhere near 13 million as a couple, your estate's going to grow in value. The level of estate tax protection is coming down. So we just have to be aware that today's numbers are not your numbers. The issue is very real. So if you're a single person and the estate's over 5 million, and by the way, the state includes your life insurance, your retirement accounts, real property in other states. So if you're single and the estate's over 5 million, we're going to assume a degree of growth. We're going to assume that you're going to have exposure to the estate tax. If you're a couple and it's 10 million, will your estate grow to 13, 14 million over the next 10, 15 years? Yes. So you just have to think proactively. You have to be aware of what all of these options are. Your home alone, one piece of real property can do it around here.
Well, and so many homes are maybe 2 to 3 million, but then you add your life insurance benefits and your retirement accounts and your investment accounts, and you might not, and we have a lot of clients in this boat, like they don't feel wealthy at all. They're $5, $6, $7 million net worth because they have assets.
So currently, not that many people face the issue, but in the future, many will. There are so many options. We have a book that I've authored called Beat Estate Tax Forever that's available. We identify many strategies and techniques to dramatically reduce estate tax exposure. Mark mentioned the $17,000 annual exclusion. Certainly, you can take liberal, creative use of that. There are LLCs, there are family partnerships, there are ways of transferring property where we discount the value of a gift. If you give away a house worth $1 million to somebody, that gift is worth $1 million because you gave them the entire property. If you give them, for example, a 50% interest, is that worth $500,000? Mathematically, it is. But because the recipient is only going to have a 50% interest, they can't sell the property without you. They can't take out a mortgage without you. The value of a partial interest is restricted. It's limited. I mean, our job is to reduce or eliminate estate tax for those who have exposure. So I call this trust the grandparent's delight. There are many things that a parent or a grandparent can do to support and make life a little bit better for a grandchild. You can set up 529 plans for the cost of education, but I like the Crummy Trust. And the reason I do is it's a tool that lets you use the $17,000 annual exclusion at minimum to fund a trust for the benefit of a grandchild. So the idea here is a couple is putting up to $34,000 a year into this trust. This money is in that trust and under the control of a trustee as long as you like. You can set the terms. You can say this trust is going to last for my grandchild until he's 35. In the meantime, his parent is going to be the trustee and is going to manage that money. And rather than just to pay the cost of education, it can be for healthcare. It can be for housing. Very liberal in terms of how we can write that trust.
It can really add up. I mean, it could be hundreds of thousands of dollars over time. Tax-free. It's kind of a use it or lose it type of situation. If the exemption should drop January 1st, 2026, if you don't take advantage of these higher exemptions before then, you lose them forever. We did another webinar called Next Level Estate Planning for High Net Worth Families, where we went into this in more detail. It's on the channel. But most importantly, and we have an image of Mike's book here, Beat Estate Tax Forever. It's available on Amazon. And I hope this gave you kind of an overview that January 1st, 2026 is a crucial date. That's when the exemption is set to drop. We want you to imagine what's possible when we plan together. And we love being a part of your team. Share this with others. Easy to contact us. Gilfix.com, 650-493-8070. So it's very easy to find us. We treasure having you guys as part of our community. And we hope everybody, as my mom likes to say, is staying safe, sane, and healthy. And we hope to see you soon.